Hey there, how are you? I'm back. This is Mauro. I think you just heard the bells ringing in the background, and that's the church over there, the Guadalupe Church in downtown Agua Prieta, Sonora, Mexico. Just to give you a little bit of guidance, I'm right at the border with Douglas, Arizona. You can see over there in the background a nice kiosk and park. People enjoying a beautiful afternoon here in April. Okay, so the recipe today is going to be a smoked turkey. Smoked turkey on the Weber kettle, first time ever. So I've done turkey in the regular oven, but so this was a very interesting process, learning process for me. So I want to thank the Weber Kettle Club team members who provided a lot of tips on how to do this process, and also I want to thank my mom because she was the one that provided a turkey for this. So she was brave enough to give me the turkey so I can do it smoked in the Weber kettle. So thank you, Mom, for that. So let's go ahead and start with the recipe. Okay, so I completely rinsed the turkey in and out. I removed the giblets also that come in the cavity. And now I'm patting it dry. This in order to start applying the salt. And I'm gonna be using kosher salt. But you can use any type of salt, regular salt if you have it. So don't worry about the type of salt. We're just trying to put in some flavor on the meat. You can see that I have previously separated the skin from the meat. So please try to do this because this will allow you to reach the meat surface as much as possible. So after you complete this process of separating the skin from the meat, apply good coverage of salt over the meat. And then inside the cavity, I'm gonna be putting in, I had one apple, in this case it was a green apple, and I also had some celery. So I chucked them up and I'm gonna put them in the cavity. And I'm also gonna be salting the neck that came with the giblets. And I'm gonna be putting it also in the cavity. A lot of people like to eat this. Sorry, but I don't. So, but I know someone that will. So that's what I'm gonna be putting in. Make sure that I place this all that I had mentioned in the cavity, and we'll continue on. Okay, this is the sauce. This is a very good sauce. It's the first time I've tried it. It's Tony's, and I'm gonna mess it up. I know, Tony Chakeries. Hopefully I said it correctly. If I didn't, don't worry. Look for it. You'll find it. It's a very good sauce to inject on the turkey. This is buttered flavor, and we're going to take advantage that we have the skin separated from the meat. So we're going to be able to inject directly on the meat. Look for the big pieces of meat like the breast and the thighs so you can do this. What I'd like to do for you to focus on is on the skin of the turkey right now. You see it's covered in something? Well, I should have waited until the end. That's butter mixed with spices. And if you're going to put any rub on the surface of the turkey, on the skin, wait until the end. If not, you're gonna make a mess like I did, but we learn as we go. Okay, so this is my Weber 22-inch kettle, and I have it set up for indirect cooking. I have the drip pan in the middle that's gonna be right under the turkey. Fuel source at both sides of the drip pan. And I've started here with the first peek at the turkey. This is about an hour into the cook. As you can see, we're getting some nice color there. This is around 2.5 hours into the cook, and this is how it's looking. It's looking very, very nice. We've been getting it ready to where we're gonna be starting to baste the turkey, and this is about the 3-hour mark. This is when I started to baste the turkey, and it's basically just melted butter with spices. Any spices you like, you can add any flavor. This is where you can get creative, and whatever flavor pleases you the most, this is what you're gonna be using. Following is about the 4-hour mark, and you can see a nice golden brown color. Delicious.
Bueno, a mí que le ponían
So that's my Mexican expression for that's one good looking turkey, right? So Another mistake that I want you to learn from me here is that I didn't rest the turkey after I removed it from the cook. I had a very hungry family waiting, and it took longer than I was expecting it, but it's always a learning experience. Here are a couple of plates. Don't forget the jalapenos, okay? And if you have turkey, you always have turkey tortas. Thank you very much. Take care. Okay, so a quick recap. I didn't want to leave and not highlight the lessons learned during this process. As I mentioned, this is the first time I've ever did a turkey on charcoal and on a charcoal kettle. So I do want to mention to you a couple of items that will help you when you do it for the first time. Start with a smaller bird than I did. The one that I got was pretty big. Again, thank you, Mom, for providing the bird. But I do recommend for you to start with a smaller size bird. It's going to be a little bit less intimidating. At least it was for me. So I need to make sure that I wanted to convey that information to you. To start small, that will help you learn temperatures, timing, and all that. Second, if you're going to be putting any rub on the skin, any marinades, wait until the end. As I mentioned, I did it well beforehand, and I did a mixture of melted butter and spices, and I placed it on before I even injected the bird and put the filling inside and all that. So it was a pretty big mess, because I was removing it while I was handling the bird during the process. So wait until the end. That's going to help you a lot. And finally, that they repeat, the experts repeat every time in the videos, you need to rest the meat after you're taking it off of the heat. I had a very hungry family. It was a big bird. It took longer than expected to cook. So I cut it right away, right after the bird was taken off of the grill. I do think that if I would have waited maybe 30 minutes, foiled the bird and waited those 30 minutes, it would have helped to tenderize a little bit more the meat, making it more of a fall off the bone meat type turkey. So I think those are the 3 takeaways. Hope this helps. The most important thing, if you haven't done it, go ahead and do it. I'm pretty sure it's going to be great. Okay, thank you very much. Have fun cooking. Bye.